Had you ever quit smoking before?
I've tried.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've tried patches sort of years ago, and didn't last more than maybe 2 days. I didn't feel like that helped at all. And I've also tried to go cold turkey before, but only lasted about a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
The patches didn't give you any problems though when you used them last time?
They didn't. No problems.
No. Okay. Look, I think if you're having a lot of cravings and if you're really struggling this time around, we need to provide you with more assistance, basically, because it sounds like it's really rocky at the moment, and people do have major cravings for the first 2 weeks after they quit. Nicotine patches do help people quit successfully and stay quit. They do reduce the cravings and they do reduce the sort of symptoms people get when they stop smoking. So I'd really recommend we trial patches, and I can write you a script for them now. You can, head to the chemist and pick them up today.
Yeah.
The other thing that we recommend to go with any sort of medication for smoking cessation is a referral to the Quit Line or some other counselling service, because medication is sort of only half the picture, really. Having counselling and advice on techniques and methods to stay quit from someone who's really experienced in this field is very helpful, because there's a lot of behavioural things that can lead people back to smoking again, and a lot of tips that the Quit Line can give you on how to avoid the traps that people can fall into, and just having that sort of regular encouragement and advice is really helpful as well. And in addition to that, to even be able to prescribe you patches, technically the government says I also have to refer you to the Quit Line. So it's kind of a package deal. So would that be okay if I put through a referral to the Quit Line as well as write a script for patches for you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. I mean, at the moment, because I am struggling, I do feel like I could use any sort of support to get through this next few weeks. Yeah.
As I said, the patches reduce the cravings, and sometimes people have other symptoms as they come off nicotine as well, come off cigarettes, and so the patches reduce those sorts of symptoms that people get, like alterations in their mood and things like that. So it makes the path less rocky, basically. Yeah. And then we get you off the patches are for up to 12 weeks, and you gradually step down in the dose of patch that you're on, and then you come off those as well. So so you basically put one of these on your skin every day, and I'll give you a brochure with some extra information on where to put it, basically on a hair-free, non-sweaty part of your skin. And yes, you just change it once a day. You can leave it on for 24 hours. Other people take it off at night. Sometimes leaving it on overnight gives people vivid sort of dreams. So some people, you can try it overnight, but some people prefer to take it off and then put it back on in the morning. The issue, if you do that though in the morning, is that it takes time for the new patch in the morning to really get into your bloodstream, the nicotine to get into your bloodstream. So it's helpful to have a short-acting form of nicotine handy in the morning. So when you go and pick up the patches at the chemist, please talk to the pharmacist about the short-acting forms of nicotine which you can buy over the counter. Things like there's gum, you can chew, there's lozenges, there's a spray. 1 or 2 doses of those in the morning can often be really helpful first thing to sort of tide you over until the patch kicks in if you haven't worn one overnight.
Yeah, I really like that idea, because I've been finding in the morning that's when it's particularly difficult. So, And you think that this will help?
I think it will definitely help. I'm sure it will help. Right.
And also in the afternoon, just that cigarette sort of after work, I could have the gum.
Absolutely. So it's important to remember that although the patches are providing you with some of the nicotine you're getting from cigarettes, it's almost always a lower dose than what you were getting from cigarettes. So that's why there's no problem with having top-up doses with the short-acting nicotine, like the gum, for example. So if you're getting a craving, don't hesitate to have a short-acting form, even though you've got the patch on.
Okay.
And then what the quitline will talk to you about is forming new habits. So when you might have had a cigarette, forming a new habit. So rather than come home from work and have a cigarette, you might come home from work and go for a walk, or have, you know, a fizzy drink or something.
Yeah.
Have a coffee, something, so you've got a new routine at that time. So you still have that habit every day. You have that ritual of how you relax when you get home from work, but it just won't be a cigarette anymore.
Yeah.
So you'll have all that sort of advice on how to do things differently from here forward.